In 2001, early in the development of the wastewater project, and so there's a little wrought iron picket fence around it and a big monument in the middle, and so that cemetery is down in the far left corner. Over to the left is 54th Street, and there's where the little yellow box is pointing to the cemetery. Out in the middle of the pasture is a big grove of big, huge trees. That's where that cemetery is located. And so, on that gravestone, it talks about Samuel and Matilda Woolsey settled this farm in 1830. And so I thought, wow, in 1830, they saw bison, they saw prairie chickens, they saw pasture pigeons, they saw a prairie without fescue. And so I started studying the Woolsey family, and that's where the name came from, because I thought it's only appropriate we name it after the Woolsey family, people who settled this and saw it, so that's why we call it Woolsey Prairie. So Samuel Woolsey was born in Kentucky, and he and Matilda married in 1810 in Illinois, and he did a lot of hunting and trapping. He served in the War of 1812, and a lot of men that served in the War of 1812. This was a few years after the Louisiana Purchase. For serving in the war, the government would give them like 160 acres of land. They went out and farmed it. And so he moved to Hempstead County, and then in 1830, only 2 years after Washington County was formed, and 6 years before Arkansas became a state, they came out and settled near Farmington. And so on that map, the southern end of that map, at Woolsey Farm Road is the dividing line between the city limits of the city of Fayetteville and Farmington. They had 13 children, so can you imagine in those days without the conveniences of having 13 children, what it must have been like. And so as we ask ourselves, what was it like in 1830? There are various writers who have done journals, like Thomas Nuttall came through, an early explorer, and did a journal. Most of his work was done down in the Arkansas River Valley. And he described the prairies as being very large, abundant with wildlife, bison and elk, and prairie chickens. And so after the settlement became taking place, a lot of the wildlife was killed out, and the eastern elk, it's not like the Rocky Mountain elk, it was killed out before 1840 in the state of Arkansas, and before the Civil War, sometime thereabout, it became extinct. That elk is no longer present. So some of the things I've looked at in researching some of these animals, the last passenger pigeon was shipped out of Arkansas, they think is a museum specimen, up to the train railway station in Rogers in 1902. The last prairie chicken was killed near Fayetteville, somewhere west of Fayetteville in 1917. And so a lot of things we can't bring back from the past because they're extinct, but they're rare plants that used to be much more abundant, and we aren't bringing back from the past.